We werewolves so admire your town, and we just came here to join your school.
Zombies 2 looked like it was a blast to film. But things aren't always fun in games. Disney Channel stars have serious guidelines they have to follow, especially when filming a highly anticipated sequel like Zombies 2. What are the cast members allowed to post on social media, and which rule forced actors to get their beauty sleep during the day? Keep watching to find out the 10 strict rules the cast of Zombies 2 had to follow.
That dog just ate my homework!
Disney Channel is really serious about keeping their projects a secret. They only release the details that they want to. There are never leaked photos or videos from the set, and the stars never say anything they aren't supposed to. Zombies 2 wasn't announced until February 2019, just a year before the movie was set to release. Milo Manheim was given the honor of announcing it.
Guess what I'm gonna be doing this summer? Filming Zombies 2!
But that was the last anyone heard for a while. Slowly we found out that there would be werewolves in the movie, and that Addison and Zed would have some drama. But the cast wasn't allowed to talk about anything else. No one even knew the true plot of the movie until it was released. The cast and crew are prohibited from even sharing behind-the-scenes photos until Disney says it's okay. They filmed all last summer, but they had to keep their social media on lockdown. It must be difficult to keep such an exciting project under wraps like that. We are glad that the movie is out so we can finally know what life was like during the filming process.
She wants to be cheer captain, she wants to be a part of the zombies, but she's not a zombie.
If you watch Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim being interviewed, you'll notice that they act a lot like Addison and Zed. They might actually be that peppy all the time, but Disney Channel has a rule for their stars. They have to keep up a certain image around the clock. It's important for Disney that everything and everyone fits into their brand. Part of Disney Channel's brand is having happy-go-lucky, bubbly stars.
Welcome! We're at the Wolf Den.
This means that many Disney Channel stars have felt like they have to hide their true selves. Now, we don't doubt that the cast of Zombies 2 is made up of fun, wonderful people, but it can't be easy to always be playing a part. Anytime they are on video, whether it's on their social media or in an interview, they have to act a certain way. Many Disney Channel stars completely rebrand themselves once their contracts are up. It will be interesting to see how these stars turn out after their Disney Channel days are over.
I'm so excited to see, well, you know.
One of the best parts of Zombies 2 is the dancing. The dance numbers are incredible. It's a lot of fun watching the cast break out into song and dance, but it takes a lot of work to make those perfect dance routines look natural. Before they ever started filming, the cast had to go to a dancing boot camp. They arrived in Vancouver a full 4 weeks before the first day of shooting, and they spent long hours every single day learning and perfecting the dance routines.
The ones where you can just dance and let your heart drive you, those dances are the best.
Actors who missed out on a day had to catch up on their own. Arielle Martin had to arrive 3 days late to rehearsals, and she was nervous. But Meg and the other werewolves helped teach her the choreography she had missed. We're glad she had such great castmates. It would have been difficult to come into rehearsal absolutely clueless. The actors spent the month learning those dance numbers perfectly. They were more than ready by the time filming started, but it still took several takes for each song. They pulled it off though. The dancing looks completely natural in the final cut. The creative team for Zombies 2 had an amazing attention to detail, and a lot of effort went into making the werewolves as authentic as possible. In typical werewolf lore, werewolves can't touch silver. Sometimes it causes slight discomfort, and in other stories, it's fatal. In Zombies 2, the werewolves are allergic to silver. They couldn't have any jewelry or accessories that even looked silver.
We're scared of nothing.
Except silver.
The werewolves and the zombies were allowed to have some say in their costumes. They could add their own flair that they thought fit the characters. But if they accidentally slipped on a silver ring, the costume team would freak out. They also had to deal with other makeup and costume details. These led to the werewolves having to be in the makeup chair at around 5 a.m. every day. Becoming a werewolf took about 3 hours. Thankfully, the actors were good sports about all of it, but we know that part couldn't have been fun.
I am a mean werewolf kid.
Zedison shippers were thrilled that Zed and Addison finally took their relationship to the next step in Zombies 2. At the end of the movie, those two locked lips. Fans everywhere were thrilled, but filming a scene like that requires many guidelines. The kissing scene took about 8 takes to get just right. First of all, it's a Disney Channel movie. It can't be too sensual or inappropriate, but it also needs to look authentic, which can be a difficult balance to strike. Then it has to look good on camera. In real life, it's not always glamorous, but Meg and Milo had to be in exactly the right positions. Milo couldn't block her face too much even though he is a lot taller than her. She had to make sure her nose didn't get squished too. That's why stars always say that filming the perfect smooch is anything but romantic. There are a ton of people around telling them how to get it just right. We're just glad it looks natural and romantic in the final cut of the movie.
We did it!
Not only is it important that the stars keep movie details under wraps, but they are also limited on anything else they say. Disney Channel stars cannot criticize anything about the movie or the company. It's actually in their contract, and they can lose their jobs if they do. You'll notice from interviews that the cast of Zombies 2 only has positive things to say about the movie. Even when they talk about the hectic filming schedule or getting their makeup done, they keep their comments on the sunny side.
It was an amazing experience.
While we're sure they did have a great time, filming a movie isn't always rainbows and butterflies. There are things that aren't enjoyable, just like with any job. Because they work for Disney Channel, they can't say anything bad. They can't even sound like they might be criticizing the process. Disney is probably a little extreme when it comes to this rule, but they want all the fans to think life as a Disney Channel star is perfect. What rule was actually enjoyable for the Zombies 2 cast? Keep watching to find out.
We can crash it. I mean, we can't make the rules, but we can break them.
Some Disney Channel movies have very few scenes that take place at night, but that's not the case with Zombies 2. Zombies and werewolves are creatures of the night. That means many of these scenes and musical numbers had to be filmed after the sun went down. We aren't talking about a couple of hours after dinner either. These filming sequences often took all night.
We go tonight.
More tonight works.
Even though many of the actors are still kids, it didn't matter. They had to be up late all the time, but they still had plenty of scenes to film during the day too. This cast wasn't getting a lot of sleep. Sometimes not everyone was required to be on set. It depended on which scene was being filmed. But in order to hang out with each other, many of them went to set on their nights off. If you're already missing out on regular sleep, you might as well fully commit, right? The cast got by on cat naps and caught up on sleep during the day when possible.
Remember, we're fierce, we're savage.
We're werewolves.
Becoming a Disney Channel star means giving up a lot of your individual freedom. Disney Channel contracts are strict, and they require actors to commit completely. Disney Channel even controls what the stars can post on their social media. We don't just mean post about the movies they're in. That's an important part of it.
But you texted help.
They can't post spoilers or any behind the scenes details Disney doesn't want leaked, but the rest of their posts are monitored by Disney too. They can't represent brands that Disney doesn't approve of. They can't post aspects of their life that are too serious, and they can't be too controversial. Everything they post on any platform has to fit the image of a perfect Disney Channel star, even if it's not entirely true. Disney Channel even controls what its stars wear in public. They can't wear anything deemed too appropriate or revealing, even on their own time. This is the case for every star, including the cast of Zombies 2.
You're beautiful, Addie.
Zombies and Zombies 2 are somewhat different from other Disney Channel original movies. The cast of each movie was allowed a degree of creative freedom. They wanted the characters to feel authentic. In Zombies, the zombies were able to spice up the costumes. They added elements that they liked and wanted, but it had to fit a few guidelines. First of all, it had to make sense for the character. It also had to fit with the general vibe of the zombies' costumes and makeup.
Zombie, football star, presidential hopeful.
The werewolves had the same freedom with some restrictions. Anything they added needed to fit a certain color scheme and style, but they could add things to their costume. The cast was also allowed to add their own spin to their dance moves. As long as they followed the general choreography, they could move their arms or legs in ways that felt natural. Again, this had to fit their individual character. This creative freedom made all the characters come alive and feel original. It was important because the message of the franchise is that being an individual matters.
My hair means something.
Disney Channel wants its cast members to be close friends. It helps boost their image of a positive, friendly company for kids and teens. So cast bonding is never discouraged. The Zombies 2 cast took this very seriously. A lot of their bonding moments were self-imposed. In the first movie, they hosted a bunch of dance parties. They continued that tradition on Zombies 2. They also hosted a bunch of game nights. After rehearsals or during time off while filming, they would play all sorts of board games together. They also had pool parties. The returning cast wasn't about to exclude the werewolves either. They were invited to hang out with everyone on the very first day. We love that they are all such great friends. It also made the movie so much better because they all had great chemistry. Which rule would be the hardest for you to follow? Let us know in the comments.
Oh, did you see that? That was a high five.
That's a wrap. Give this video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on The Things.